What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 22 of the Good Point Bro podcast. We know you're going to love today's episode, so please go ahead and like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We're sitting at like 1:30 something. We forgot the button again.
What?
We're sitting at, hey, can you mute that real fast, actually?
Josh, you got it? Jamie, you got that?
Oh, boy, Uncle Josh in here. He's got his share,
Josh,
share
Jamie.
of shout-outs on the pod. Here he is in the flesh.
He's our number one fan by far.
Oh, stay tuned.
He's giving us all the watch hours.
I don't know what it'll be. Episode like 24 or 25. Wait, it'll be more than that. 26. Josh joins for the Black Adam. So if you're interested in Black Adam,
Wait, why would that be 26 if we're watching it Thursday?
next Thursday. That's a week from now. There'll be at least 2
Oh,
episodes
okay.
between
You're doing a review a week after the movie?
No, he can just record it right after if we want. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Stay tuned for that. He's big into that stuff. You are too. You guys will really connect, and maybe you guys can type it out in the comments.
And someone might be in that movie.
Old Josh, he's a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Him and Cam will probably talk about it. I'll probably sit out that one.
No, you can sit in that one. No, I'm just playing. I don't care.
No, Josh can take my spot.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll probably.
For that segment, like, in the, you know what I mean?
Well, because I know if it's trash, I'm about to
Light it up.
light it up. Because how you get The Rock playing
I think
Black
Josh has always loved reviewing stuff, and to get this opportunity to review something on a podcast, he's going to love it. You're gonna be
nervous. You're gonna be nervous, though. He's definitely gonna be nervous because it's almost
our
like
first episode. We're nervous, but you don't really.
Well, you're nervous because it's like almost
New.
you feel like it's
new.
public speaking. You feel like you're even if you're not, you just feel like you're speaking to an audience.
But now it's
That's
like
what-
nothing.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the NBA. Well, I guess we're not straight into anything. I always say that after we're 5 minutes in.
Yeah, because
It's just I don't know. All right, into the NBA. NBA is about to start preseason. I don't really care about preseason, so I'm not going to talk about it. Is there anything going on in the preseason you want to talk about?
yeah, the Bucks are 0-5 in the preseason.
I don't think it matters.
Okay,
I don't think it
move
matters
on.
at all. All right. If Kawhi plays a full year, do you see him being a top 5 player in the NBA?
Absolutely. And the reason is because when he was healthy with Toronto, he was a top 5 player and actually arguably probably the best player in the world because he took the Raptors and won the championship. And when he was healthy on the Clippers, last postseason against Luka in the Magic, he dropped like 43 times. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely a top 5 player when healthy, no doubt.
I think.
And arguably he's the best two-way player in the league when he's healthy.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't take that into account. But what I was thinking is, this year, after this year, LeBron is on the cusp. You out? Later, bro. I'll help you out later. LeBron is on the cusp of top 5, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, he is top 5.
But like guys like LeBron are right there. So like Jason Tatum right there. Who else is
No, Jason Tatum's not there yet.
Who's the top 5? Luka?
Yeah, he's a little bit better
I'm saying
than Jason.
It's one of those guys that he's going to have to take their spot.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like he's been hurt. Like he was hurt the whole last year. We never even saw him play.
Right.
So you're right. He kind of has to prove himself again, but we know what he's capable of. So if he plays his capability, I'd still probably take him over Luka.
And I'm with you, but I ranked my top 5 small forward.
That's tough, actually.
So yeah. I mean, we'll just leave that as is. You can think about it, and if you want to do it.
Well, I didn't put Luka in my small forwards.
I put him on point guards.
Yeah.
That's a good point, too.
Okay.
But I didn't put him on this one. But I was just talking about top 5 overall.
Yeah, like in the NBA. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But anyway, all right. We're going to go ahead into, from the Kawhi, we're going to go right into the top 5 power forwards. Or small forwards, sorry. Small forwards. And this is a projection of next year's. Bro, honestly, there was someone I didn't think of. And I just told you their name, and then now I actually want to replace them.
Who, Tatum?
No.
Who?
I want to put Brandon Ingram in there, but did you put him in yours?
Yeah, I have him at 5.
I think I'm actually put him at 4.
Over Jimmy?
I'm going to put him over Jimmy, but I'm going to take out the boy, Mr. Wiggins.
Really?
Yeah.
So now you have Kawhi like 7.
No, I'll probably put, I don't know. There's a toss-up after that. I don't know.
We just argued for 20 minutes over that, and now you're saying that Kawhi can be over
I completely
Wiggins.
forgot about Brandon Ingram.
I mean, Brandon Ingram and Wiggins are probably around the same level right now.
Well, Brandon Ingram
But
could be
if
the
you
best
wanna-
player on his team.
If you want to say see, this is my thing.
Brandon Ingram is more projectable.
You were saying projections.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram is way. If you would have said Brandon Ingram could have a better year than Kawhi, I'd have been like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well,
But
I was trying to
for-
think of somebody like that, and in my brain,
But
I
Wiggins
read
is
Andrew
not.
Wiggins' name.
Wiggins is not. He's not gonna.
Well,
be
we'll just
that
see.
guy.
But regardless, I'm going to do my top
he's-
5. Here's my projected top 5 small forwards going into next year. At number 5, the Miami Heat's Jimmy Butler. At number 4, Brandon Ingram. KD Part 2. At number 3, Jason Tatum. At number 2, Mr. LeBron James. And at number 1, Kevin Durant.
My top 5 small forwards. At number 1, I got LeBron. At number 2, I got KD. Number 3, I got Kawhi. 4, I got Jimmy. And then 5, I got Brandon Ingram. No Jason Tatum.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
I think that I know I'm going to get a ton of hate for this, but I don't really. I think Jason Tatum's really overrated, and I also think that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum don't have a big difference. If you actually watch the finals, Jaylen Brown was the best player on the floor, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
for the
mean,
Celtics.
Jason Tatum had a bad finals.
I know. I
But
just
in the
don't.
regular
I just
season,
don't think,
I think it was obviously Jason Tatum.
all those guys, I think, can be ones, and I don't think Jason Tatum's built to be a one. A lot of it's just a mindset thing. It seems like he is just not built for those moments. Then that can change, because like LeBron, well, not LeBron, but a lot of people have to kind of grow into that. But I just feel like Jason Tatum can be a really good 2. Can
Do
be
you
one of the
think
best
that-
2s, but can't be a 1.
Do you think that Brandon Ingram's a 1, like with healthy Zion?
I think that Brandon Ingram is super projectable, and I think that he could be kind of the next KD. Just because if you look at every year, he's improved so much every single year.
Yeah.
And I think that he'll surpass
He had
Jason
some
Tatum.
really good games last year.
Yeah. Now, he's not the defender Jason Tatum is, or the two-way player, but you also got to take into account that, I mean, defense is important, but it's really like 70% offense, 30% defense on how valuable a player is. So I just think that
In today's NBA.
yeah. So I just think that Brandon Ingram will surpass Jason Tatum, and I think I would take if you would ask the Celtics last year, would you rather have Jimmy or Jason Tatum in this finals? If the Celtics
Celtics,
had
you mean?
if the Celtics had Jimmy Butler instead of Jason Tatum, they're winning that finals. I think, in my opinion, so that I would definitely take Jimmy in a playoffs.
Oh, you're talking about that 5
over-
spot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
over Jason Tatum.
Wait. You were? I thought you had Brandon Ingram at 5.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and for Jimmy, because people would say
Oh,
Jason Tatum should be over
Yeah.
Jimmy. I'm taking Jimmy over Jason Tatum just for the experience and how he plays in the playoffs.
Moving over to the NFL. What's your favorite potential OBJ landing spot?
Packers.
That is not what I was expecting. That's a good. That's the best for the team.
I think the
Them and
Packers.
I think the
because-
Rams too.
Think about the Rams obviously, but I think the Packers because obviously they've kind of struggled this year at wide receiver. They got a lot of rookie guys, and I think if they got someone like Odell that's really explosive and can make difficult catches, has experience in the league, just played in the Super Bowl, I think that would help their team tremendously. And if I'm the Packers, I would give up a lot to Odell for him to be on my team. I think that
Odell
would.
said
I
the
think
Rams
that
gave him the
elevate.
least.
Really?
The smallest.
I think that
contract.
if the Packers got him, they would elevate.
You know who I thought you were gonna say?
Who?
I'm gonna say the Rams. I think the Rams need him. But anyway,
For sure. The Rams definitely do.
Anyway, who I thought you were gonna say is the Ravens.
Yeah, that's another one. I'm just saying, like
Like the
if
Ravens.
the Packers got Odell in the NFC, they're the favorite. I think for sure.
Probably freaking the Dolphins will sign him.
Jeez, that would be insane. He'd be the third best receiver on that team.
Yeah.
Under Waddle and Hill.
Yeah.
But hey,
And
don't
actually, he might end up with like the 4th most receptions because, what's his name, Gesicki, the tight end,
he's solid too.
super good,
Yeah, I think that.
and he's like a red zone. He's a red zone
Can
guy.
you imagine like Odell with Rodgers just with his accuracy? Like, man, that would be a dynamic duo. And Rodgers always needs that guy. Like, He kind of took it too far because of how much he targeted Devontae Adams. He targeted him a little too much. But I think Odell would elevate them to be the best team in the NFC.
Odell to the Panthers to play with Baker again?
Oh, he would never do that.
No.
They could pay him $50 million and he wouldn't do that.
Wouldn't.
Baker is about to be a backer Baker.
Oh, I actually forgot to put that.
Backup Baker.
Backup Baker.
Yeah.
Cowboys versus Eagles, who you got?
It's at the Cowboys, right? Pretty sure.
I think it's at Philadelphia. Pretty sure.
I'm gonna go Eagles. I think maybe
Cooper Rush is playing confirmed.
Now
Cooper Rush is starting.
Yeah, I do think that I am excited to see the Eagles go against the Cowboys defense, which is the best in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I don't see the Cowboys really scoring any points either. I think it's gonna be a super low scoring game. I'm going Eagles 13-10. I think that the Eagles find a way to get it done, but they're gonna struggle offensively, I think.
Gotcha.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Eagles on that one too. Chiefs, Bills. This is a big game.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs.
The number one seed's the only bye in the new postseason.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs because, one, they're at the Chiefs, and I think that great teams like the Chiefs
find ways
always like when there's a game that people have been doubting them, like everybody's been saying the Bills is better than the Chiefs, and they're going to take away the Chiefs' man on the AFC. Great teams and great players like Patrick Mahomes kind of just shut you up. I think that's what's going to happen.
What I've noticed about Josh Allen a little bit is he's very consistent throughout the game. So if he's having a bad game, it's almost like he just has a bad game. If he's having a great game, he just has a great game. And with Pat Mahomes, he could have a bad game and they need one touchdown. He's like, touchdown.
It's
like you see 13 seconds in the postseason. Like he's gonna score. Like if they're like the ball's in his hands, 2 minutes score. He could be 0 for 30 with 100 yards, or 3 for 30 with 100 yards, and he just go score.
Well, it's
just weird.
It's kind of like in shooters in basketball. Once they see one go in, it doesn't matter how bad they've been doing. Once they see one go in, they just catch fire. That's like Patrick Mahomes. Like they're the type of team where they just score 4 touchdowns in one quarter and then they like go silent.
Yeah,
it's so weird. They just score and burst.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is true. Especially at home.
I feel like if Josh Allen needs to score 10 in the fourth quarter, the Chiefs win.
You don't know if he can be that guy.
Yeah, but if the Bills are up 10 in the fourth quarter,
you never know.
You're like,
yeah, that's true.
I didn't do this one. I don't know if you did top 3 MVP candidates.
Well, two of the guys are on the Chiefs Bills game.
Yeah,
Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and then Lamar was in it, but now he hasn't been playing that well, so he's probably out. Who do you got in your top 3? Maybe
so that's
Saquon?
the thing. I'd have to look at the stats, but yeah, I mean he's had a great
Just
year.
because the Giants are 4-1, Saquon needs to be an MVP candidate.
Start bench cut. This is a big one. Start bench cut. Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson.
So I'm definitely. This is kind of my logic because to me, Calvin and this is not career. This is just like at their prime.
You're getting them for a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, Randy and Calvin are kind of the same receiver. They're like just go get it, throw it up to him like 50-50 balls, and they'll just like catch anything. And then Jerry Rice is more of a route runner, like a different type of receiver. So for me, if you pick either Johnson or Randy Moss, then the other one has to be cut. I feel like you want to have 2 of those guys.
I feel like 2 could be deadly in the red zone.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Not even knowing which one you're throwing it up to. They'd have to put a 2 on one of them.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm starting Calvin Johnson. I think he's had the best prime of any receiver ever. I'm benching Jerry Rice, and I'm cutting Randy Moss.
So if I had these 3 guys first season, between Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, and Randy Moss, I'm starting Randy Moss, I'm benching Calvin Johnson, and I'm cutting Jerry Rice. And I see where you're coming from, but I just think even though Jerry Rice is just Mr. Consistent, in those years, so like I think he had Matt Stafford as a rookie. Matt Stafford threw for like 5,000 and 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 or something like that his last 4 years, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And Calvin Johnson was just like I can remember ESPN doing top 10 wide receivers, and they would always put not named Calvin Johnson. It was so obvious to the entire world that he was the best wide receiver.
So he probably had that's why I think he's the best, because the gap between him and second was greater than any
Des
other
Bryant
receiver.
was second.
Yeah,
at the
than
time.
any other receiver that's ever lived. He had the biggest gap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I got him on the bench. Let's move over into college football a little bit. That's all we got for the NFL. Big game this weekend. Big game, Bama, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel like because Nick Saban is 15-0 against Tennessee since he's been there, which is just ridiculous.
They haven't lost to Tennessee since I was 5.
Yeah, so I definitely think Alabama's going to win. I think Bryce will play. I think people are probably a little overrating Tennessee. Now they do have good run defense and their offense is solid, but I just feel like
their personnel looks good.
Yeah,
good.
I just think like we were talking about with the gap physically between Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State and the rest. Yeah,
it's mostly depth.
Yeah, rest of the college football. I just don't think Alabama loses to teams like this. They just don't. Think of like the last time Alabama's lost to a team that just didn't match up personnel with them. Like when they lost to Clemson, that they recruit.
Like holes, you're saying?
Yeah, they recruit just as well as Alabama. Georgia, they recruit just as well as Alabama. These teams that they lost to are like freak teams. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not.
It's hard.
Tennessee is not a freak team like that. Like when they lost to Ohio State in 2014, freak team. Clemson, Trevor Lawrence, freak team.
If we played Tennessee last week with the way we played last week, we lose. Even at Bryant Denny. Doesn't matter where it was, we lose. So there's two things. One, if Bryce Young plays, throw your money on Bama. I think it's cash. I think we're good. If Milroe plays, I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, as far as for Milroe, as a Bama fan, it's best case scenario, because what you have is the situation where Milroe just played last week, and he's able to have a week's worth of film and them to look over it, come up with a good game plan for him if he's the one that plays. And instead of him just playing that Arkansas game and then them going in with the game plan that they had last week. So it is a good case scenario for Milroe. Hopefully they can make a lot of adjustments with him. Personally, I just think that he tried to be Bryce, and you're not Bryce. Like he was trying to buy time in the pocket a little bit instead of before against Arkansas. It wasn't buying time. If there was nobody, he took off for 15 yards. Like,
even if there was somebody,
yeah,
just run. That's all I said. Just
if there's a hole, take 10 yards
so
every time you can. Like, why not?
They can't stop you.
Yeah, like, and not even that. You saw that's how people beat Bama for forever. Was guys exactly like that.
That's why Hooker can run a little bit, but I just feel like I don't think they're gonna match up athlete wise against us, and like you said, they're our depth. So
yeah, I mean, I think Bryce will end up being healthy. I think he was healthy last week. I think they just didn't play him to rest him for this game, honestly.
The thing that is true is that the atmosphere is going to be insane. So I just hope there's not a lot of penalties. If there's a lot of
Bama on the road is just
if there's a lot of penalties, then Tennessee might win. That's the thing.
Penn State, Michigan.
I'm most excited to see this because I do think Michigan's a little better this year than last year because of the quarterback thing, and they are a lot faster.
Yeah,
like they seem like more athletic than last year. They were so slow last year. Remember against that Georgia game, they just they could not match up physically whatsoever against Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they've got better in that area, but they haven't really played anybody yet. So I'm excited to see Penn State roll up in there because Penn State's always good. You know what you're going to get from them. And it's at Michigan, so I'm going to go with Michigan.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the take I was waiting for.
This game is going to help me decide whether they have a chance against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Or not. So.
Yeah, I'm with you. You got an upset? Liam.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll do my upset.
Oh, Vanderbilt's upsetting Georgia. No, I'm just kidding.
And it's not a ranking upset. It's a spread. So Oklahoma's, I think, 8.5 points over Kansas. Kansas is 5-1. They're my upset pick.
They have Oklahoma over Kansas
by 8.5.
Wow, I don't.
At Oklahoma.
I don't think that's gonna. No, maybe they can have a comeback game, but I think 8.5's too high. It should be like
I got
3.
so I got Kansas in that one.
Yeah, that's not a bad upset at all. I'd probably take Kansas too. The Big 12 is deep. Like they're all good teams.
Yeah,
OU's not
compared
that good,
to other
but
Big 12 teams.
yeah, I'm saying that like they have a lot of just like good
Like,
teams. And
That's
then
the thing about those
and
conferences.
Texas could be
I didn't think of this the other day. I thought of it later.
the weaker your conference, the more deep teams you have because they like.
Yeah, the weaker you
Well, they
are, the
still
more deep it
beat-
looks. Because like if you were Kansas in the SEC, they look like Auburn. They'd be 3-3.
Well, Auburn's probably the worst team in the SEC besides Vanderbilt.
I'm saying they're 3 and
Yeah.
they're like a 500 team.
Yeah,
Which,
you're
like,
right. That
But
Auburn looks
Kansas
way
is
worse.
one loss team ranked 18 because they're in the
Yeah.
Big 12. Like
Yeah,
if put Auburn in the Big 12, they're
Yeah,
4-2,
but you
ranked
think
25.
Kansas plays Penn State better though? Probably.
Plays that team better than Auburn did.
Yeah,
Auburn looked bad, dude. They're just bad.
they're just bad.
But,
they-
you know what I mean. They're just
They
like
haven't looked this bad in my entire life.
Yeah, I just said that to Dad the other day.
Like they're
That it's
like
the
in a
worst I've ever seen
rebuild.
them look.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad. They need to get. I guess
Their
from
program's going
my
down the
friends that
drain.
go there, someone I can't remember who it was said that basically it's like he's out, like he's fired, like he's just finishing out the year.
yeah, I'm
But,
sure.
like
what
everyone
does he
knows
do?
in Auburn that he's out. Which if he's not out, how much faith do you have as an Auburn fan?
Oh, he's definitely gonna be out.
Like if he's not out,
I've never heard him say a word in my life. He just does his face.
well, I've seen him because of those freaking. If you're from Alabama, you've seen those Ford commercials where it's always Nick Saban with a red truck, and then whoever's Auburn coach
Yeah.
is with the blue one.
Oh, that's funny.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
back and forth, and I've only heard his voice from those.
Oh, yeah. He does not speak.
Yeah, which we were joking on Auburn's like previous coaches,
Yeah.
and
Well,
one of
Gus
them-
was pretty good.
That's the thing. So that's what I was joking on. Is Gus always just won that one game? Which we talked about that actually already.
That they were like, if he loses this game, he's gonna be
And
fired.
then he won by 40, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then they'd be like, "This is last season for sure," and he'd win the Iron Bowl, and they'd
And
be
then
like,
Gene
"Okay."
Chizik was a goof.
Like when Auburn went 10-2 and played Georgia in the SEC title game, and they were
Mhm.
ranked 4, and everyone thought they were about to be the first 2-loss team in the playoff.
Yeah.
He coached that team, and they were at one point I think like 4-2 or 3-2 or something.
Yeah, they had some bad losses.
And everyone was like, "Well, Gus is done." And
Yeah.
then he just won like 8 straight and went to the
Yeah.
SEC championship.
Yeah.
And what's
Bama
funny is
got
I
him.
would take Gus over this guy 7 days a week.
Oh, for sure.
Like this dude's bad.
I'll take Gene Chizik over him.
Gene
the guy
Chizik
who-
just kind of had Cam Newton.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Is
because
that
Gene Chizik went somewhere else and he was still trash.
Jimbo needs to be careful.
Where did
Jimbo Fisher needs to be careful before he's looked at like that.
Gene Chizik was for real, dude. He's gonna be.
It's Jameis Winston.
Have
and
you seen his
nothing.
career record at A&M?
It's not good at
It's
all.
like 500.
No. It's not 500.
It's like, dude, it's literally like 70 and 50 or something like that.
Probably something like that, but it's not 500. I mean, they usually go like 8-4.
Jimbo, Texas, A&M record. But yeah, I think 37-17.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think
that's
Saban has like 25 losses,
Yeah.
and he has
And
17.
16 years.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, is that it for college football?
At Florida State, he was
They
83
went
and
undefeated,
23.
right? That year they won.
As a college head coach, he is 120-40. That's really good. 120-40? That's not right at all. That doesn't add up. Yeah, it says 37-17. Is that in conference? No. That is weird. But yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, it's funny because their recruiting classes are good.
Yeah, they're super good. They just got the number 1 class this year. And then finally, when Alabama doesn't get the number 1 class, he's like, Saban says he bought his players, which is
Yeah.
kind of salty.
Yeah, it
But
was.
It's funny.
All right, moving over to the MCU/other category. Oh yeah. Moving to the MCU/other category. First up, top 5 rap albums. Cam, I'll let you take the reins.
So my
And
top
is this
5.
just like personal or what?
This is like who personal, but also like paying respects.
Okay.
And I'm not just gonna like. All right, so my top 5 rap albums ever is
You put Scorpion in there, didn't you?
no, not Scorpion, but Drake is in there. Number 1, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Oh, I forgot Eminem. I'm not gonna lie.
That is the best Eminem rap album ever.
Go 5-1.
Okay, so number 5 is Astroworld by Travis Scott. No skips in the album, just Travis Scott is best. Number 4, this is gonna piss a lot of people off because it's really a mixtape, but Lil Uzi versus the World. I got that number 4, best rap album ever. Number 3, I have Views by Drake. That's Drake's best album. You gotta have Drake in there. You gotta
have Drake, but it's not Views.
That's his best to me. I mean, it is
go
kind
ahead,
of it's
two.
like catchy songs or whatever. Number 2, I got My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. That's his best album. Runaway is one of my favorite rap songs ever. And then number 1 is the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem.
Yeah. So I went a little bit more personal, I think.
Okay.
But there's some I paid respect and it's personal. At number 5, I got 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. Yeah, enough said.
Yeah, I just don't
It's a
listen to
bangers.
him.
Number 4, I got Take Care by Drake. That's his best album. Take Care is
That's pretty good.
super good.
That's an early one too.
Mhm.
It's like
Number
his first studio album, I believe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Number 3, I got 2001 by Dr. Dre. I should have went Eminem, but I really didn't think about it.
I love the song in there, Forget About Dre.
Yeah.
I love that song.
So 2001 by Dr. Dre. Number 2, I got The Blueprint by Jay-Z. Super good album. And at number 1, I have Late Registration by Kanye West. That's just my favorite one. That one I went more personal. If I was doing straight personal, it would have been Kanye, probably like the top 4.
Yeah.
But
I like
can't.
College Dropout too.
The College Dropout is, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, I went and had to put him at 1. I didn't want to put him at 5 too. Like, you just can't have. I feel like I just couldn't have 2 Kanyes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I just put that one at 1.
I think My
favorite.
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has the most bangers though.
I mean,
All of the Lights.
It's definitely it's his most sold album, and Yeezus is second. It's not even Late Registration. It's Yeezus. It is. Yeah, Yeezus. Yeezus is second most.
Yeah.
But dude, so I mean, that's a good take. I mean, it definitely has a lot.
I mean, I'm kind of just being
if I'm being
hypebeast.
honest, Donda is the best album.
For sure.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has Dark Fantasy, gorgeous, great song. Power, great song. All of the Lights, great song. Monster, So Appalled, Devil in a New Dress, Runaway. Devil in a New Dress, that might be my favorite Kanye song ever. Hell of a Life, Blame Game. Blame Game's a really good song. John Legend, really good song. Yeah, that's a great album. 808s and Heartbreak's a good album.
Yeah, that's a good album too.
I mean, dude, he is just.
He's up there, man, with one of the greats for sure.
You said Graduation or the College?
But
Dropout?
to me, Drake is
Graduation's a great album.
Yeah.
Good-
maybe
Good
Graduation.
Morning-
I think I like
Good
Graduation.
Morning, Champion, Stronger, I Wonder.
Yeah,
Good Life,
Graduation
Can't
I
Tell
like
Me
better
Nothing.
than College Dropout.
Dude, the first 5 songs.
Graduation might be his best over.
Yeah, it might be good, but Good Morning, Champion. I don't know if you know Champion. Stronger, I Wonder, Good Life, Can't Tell Me Nothing. That's the first 5. That's insane. Flashing Lights is in there. Everything I Am's in there. Homecoming's in there. Dude, oh my gosh, that's such a good album. And then my favorite's Late Registration. Heard 'Em Say, Touch the Sky, Gold Digger, My Way Home, Bring Me Down, Addiction, Hey Mama, Celebration, Gone. Gone is super good. I don't know if y'all know that song either. And then Late. But that's just such a good album. That's my favorite. But yeah. Anyway. Now we're going to end with our best MCU parallel. I don't know if you have one.
My favorite one is probably I Am Iron Man because it's literally like the last line in the first movie and then the last line in the last movie of that, at least that like.
Sorry for this, guys, but dude, you just want to say all that again. Like say my favorite MCU parallel and then say it.
My favorite MCU parallel is, just.
I'll cut that. That's all I needed. Anyway, sorry, dude. Guys, we're gassed. I couldn't think of one. I mean, I could think of one. I couldn't think of just one. I couldn't write just one, so I wrote 2. So I have my 2 favorite MCU parallels. The first one is I Love You 3000. Yeah, you don't really have to explain that one. And then my second favorite one is On Your Left with the Falcon and Cap. Because the very first time it happens when they're running.
Yeah, it's so
DC.
good. It's like sets a tone for Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it's super good.
Because the Captain America before Winter Soldier happened, I didn't really like. He was like super uptight, self-righteous, all that. And then Winter Soldier kind of humified him.
Humanized.
Or humanized him, yeah. I don't know why I said that. But he was like just a normal guy just trying to do the right thing in Winter Soldier. And that's why he became my favorite.
Yeah.
Mostly after. Until they...
And they signify that with him wearing street clothes all the time.
Yeah, he was just like... And he had an apartment and whatever. He was just like a normal guy.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining today's episode. We appreciate everyone that takes part in the podcast. That's episode 22 for you. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. We're growing. We're sitting at 130-something subs. It's only up from here. You don't want to miss it.
Don't sleep.
Don't sleep, baby. All right, that's all from us. Please stay safe. We'll see you in the next one. 23, the GOAT number's up next, all right? Peace and love.
LeBron.
Stay safe.
Peace.